Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Kahalayim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom, first and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. And shalom to the elect, pushing this truth in all sincerity in 4 quarters of the earth, with all diligence. Lord willing, we be of that number. It's your brother Tabaya Yakonah coming at you with a quick testimony, man. And it's just starting to kind of sink in. The power of the Lord, which I say a lot, that our people, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those scattered throughout that may look like the heathen, grossly underestimate the power that created everything, which his name is Yahweh. His only begotten son is Yahweh Shai. And just the testimony, I'm going to get right into it, man. I was out playing golf with my pops, and hot day, man. It's hot, like we in July right now, and it's hot as hell. And we about to finish up on the 18th hole, last hole, right? I had teed off already, and he was about to tee off, and he bent over to tee up his ball, and came up, and I'm in the cart watching him, and he just kind of just pauses. I'm just watching, and he's just kind of like sitting there, and I'm like, something just clicks. I was like, something ain't right, because he's sitting there way too long. So I go over there, kind of jog over there to see what's up, and I said, "You all right?" He said, "No." I said, "Okay, let's go back to the cart. Sit down." He sat down. We rolled, to my ball, and I hit my ball in the creek, and then I hit another ball, and jumped in the cart, and he's like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's get a little wind on my face or something. It's hot." And so start driving, and all of a sudden he said, I forgot exactly what he said. I was like, what's going on? He's like, I said, we need to go to the clubhouse, like right now. He's like, no. He said, no. He called 911. So I kind of looked at him. I said, what? And he was just fading away, man. Like, I could just look at him. He was just fading. His energy was just fading. And I was like, what the hell? So I pulled out the phone, started to dial. We was playing with a couple other guys, and so I yelled back at them and called 911 because I was kind of like bumbling and fumbling a little bit on the phone. Finally started dialing it, and watching him. It's just a whole lot of shit going on, right? So it just looked like somebody just unplugged him, man. Just like straight up unplugged him. It's like, damn. Eyes still open. Had stopped breathing. I was like, damn. What the, WTF, man. I was like, what's going on here? Is this really happening in my head, right? And it's like it. It's like it. And I'm like, I'm not going to just sit here and wait for an ambulance to roll up. Who knows when that's going to happen? So, I'm like, man, we got to make it to the clubhouse or something. And on the way, um, I'm like looking at him, and like, what the fuck? All kinds of shit is just going through my head. I mean, like, I'm thinking like funerals and all this shit, and like just not having a dad and all. It's just, and finally I'm just like, man, I got to do something, man. I had already kind of in my mind, because my pops is up there in age, so I had already in my mind, I'm kind of like through the spirit, the Lord is making preparations for some of our loved ones that may not make it due to certain things. Some of them may have got that thing. You know what that thing is. So all of that's running through my head. It's just everything's going real fast, and finally I'm just like, man, you know I start doing like a little makeshift CPR, and I'm blowing breath into my father's mouth, right, and trying to get it into. So I got to bend his head back to make sure that the breath is going down into his lungs, and I'm blowing hard, and I don't know if I'm driving this. I don't know. No, I think I'm not driving. And if I call on the name of the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, bringeth, that's all I can really. I'm just saying the name of the Lord, man. All right, and pumping air into my father's lungs, right, and then finally I hear like a little, and I don't know if he's trying to breathe or what, man. So I'm pumping his chest, and I give him a few more breaths, and I think I'm looking at him. I think he starts to come to a little bit, and I said, I don't know, something in me just got real stern, man. I was like, man, you know what you got to do. I think I said it like that. You know what you got to do. Say his name. And I could hear very, very faint. I mean, I'm looking at him. He's like on 10%, 15%, right? And I hear him say the J word, right? I was like, that's not his name. And I say, Yahweh. And he says, Yahweh. And I say, Bahashem. He says, Bahashem. I said, Yahweh Shai. He says, Yahweh Shai. I mean, it's that faint, right? And I say it again, and he says it again with me. And then after that, it's like a calm, just kind of like came over me, man. I was like, hey, after this, man, hey, he's up. I was like, everything's going to be straight. But, I don't know, just something in my spirit was like, everything's going to be cool, man. But we got to go through this process of trying to get him back, get his energy back up. So I'm go to the clubhouse. We call the paramedics. They come through, go through all this stuff. Like I'm I don't already kicked his shoes off and all of this stuff, man. And I step out of the clubhouse for a second and I get on my knee and I thank the Lord. And 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 he ends up driving home, man. So I'm like, you know, I I'm still trying to like all kinds of shit is going on in my head, man. But hey, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, the water Lord. I still got my father, man. I still got my earthly father, my fleshly father. And Lord willing, hey, the Lord can do anything, man. The Lord is powerful. He is, through his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai. All right. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm just still pondering it right now. It's still kind of going on in my head. But I just wanted to put that out to our brothers that, hey, the Lord does all things, man. It's lucky I don't have a, let me pull a precept real quick. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose, and a time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? So there's a season and a time for everything, man. And that's of the Lord, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And we never know. Just don't give up, man. We may have these loved ones that have gone another way as far as their trust, putting their trust. But you never know, man. Hey, so Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises once again to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Kodash. Shalom.